Oh, we got it. Heck yeah. All right, total lack of commentary, but there we go. I've been trying at this for an hour and a half, mostly using this really nice pick, but I think it was just sometimes I was overlifting the ones in front, I think, and so it wasn't going well. But anyway, this is an Assa 700. Here is the key. There it is, very clearly picked. Ah, yeah. Lock that back up. You can see the key does work. We'll leave that in there so we can cut it. I've just wrapped some gaffer tape around this and marked our pins. I'm using a homemade tensioner. I used this one so long ago for a 3KS I originally built it for. It's basically just a sort of very mild taper on that tip, which I don't know if you can see, very mild. So it sort of press fits in and gives you very good tension control without needing to double pick or double tension, which is quite awkward. So that was the tension tool. That's our pick, just a Sparrows SF Dev. All right, let's get this out of the vise. And got it. Demonstrate that everything is in fact in there. So, stupid C-clip off the back. I hate these like deforming clips. They're easy to remove, but probably one of my least favorites. They never come off perfectly straight. They just sort of end up bent and horrible. So there you go. That's my thoughts on those. Where is a shim? I kind of ruined that one earlier. Sure I can find one in here somewhere. There we go. That one's less ruined. It's my fancy gutting bucket. All right. Now, you do have to be very, very careful when you gut an Assa 700. They do have drill protection pins, and the gin tips, or Christmas tree tips in this case, can really get stuck. All right, that's in. This follow is also too small, but it does work. Hope and pray. Okay, very important, very, very important. If you're ever gutting one of these, never leave this and this drill rod out. They're very important. They are removable. See, it tips out, but it is like critically important. If you get a gin tip stuck in one of those and you've got the drill rod still in it, it's possible to bounce it out like by hammering. But if that rod's out, basically you've bricked it. You've ruined it forever. It's another good reason to grub screw these locks is pull all these plugs out and put removable little grub screws in it. That way you can't brick it. Okay, so here's our pins. See, we've got a countermilling on 1, 2, 3, 5. The others are smooth. And then on the other sides as well. So there you go. There you go. You can see that there. All the milling where they should be. Pin-wise, we've got a torpedo on. Here's the other one. Torpedo on 1. Torpedo on 2. Standard on 3. Drill rods 1 and I'll just tip them out because they get in the way. 1 and 2. 4 is a torpedo. This thing's full of torpedoes. Overset things and you're stuck forever, basically. 5, standard. 6, torpedo. And 7, torpedo. Okay. Get our shim out. Pins. Now these are always in a fixed order, so it'll always be, the first one will always be a gin or a Christmas tree. In this case, a Christmas tree pin. That's what they look like if you're unfamiliar. You will get a close-up as per usual. 1, 2 is always a gin or a Christmas tree. 3 is always a tapered pin. In this case, quite tapered, but it goes that way. 4 is always a gin or a Christmas tree. In this case, yet another Christmas tree. Let's get those front 4 springs out. All springs are the same. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, then we've got a tapered pin. And we've got a gin or a Christmas tree. In this case, a 4th Christmas tree. No gins in this lock. It would have been easier if there were, I'm sure. Get out. Spring, and just because that's really super awkward, let's get it from the back. The last one will always be a tapered pin. Alright. And spring. Right, so there is the core. Nothing sort of special there, just the 7 stacks. Assa, SCD on the front. I don't actually know what that stands for. SCD. I'm sure it means something important. If anyone does know, stick it in the comments. I would be interested. So anyway, there's our 7 springs. There's our 7 pins. Tree, tapered pin. You can just see on the top there. Now this one has a hardened steel anti-drill pin in it. So that does also tell you which way it goes up. So the drill pin side should go to the spring. These other tapered pins here. Oh, that one did have a way up. There you go. That one, so it should sit in this way. Doesn't really matter. And this one doesn't though. Doesn't make a lot of difference, but they should go in that way. Yes, tree, torpedoes. Lots of torpedoes in this one. Lots of trees. Easier than another Assa 700 I've spent quite a while trying to pick. Me and Keyless Entry switched Assa 700s. I was having a huge problem with my other one that I sent him. I reckon that lock is cursed. Every time, even progressively pinning it, I could pick it with all of the tapereds and 2 gins. The second I would add a 3rd gin, impossible. Even take the tapered ones out. I just constantly go between the 3. Let alone putting a 4th one in. It was just impossible, or it seemed to be. I sent that to Keyless Entry. He's also been having trouble with that one, so it's not just me. This is the one that Keyless Entry picked, which, while quite a challenge, was definitely easier than that other one. So, there we go. It's nice to know this one will qualify as a black belt lock. They're moving up in the rankings soon, and if they've got at least 2 Christmas trees, then they will count as a black belt lock. If they've got less than that, then they'll be red belt lock. So there we go. There's another look at that core. You can see that counter milling in there. It's very effective. If we take one of these, stick it in, they just really grip. So you have to sort of do that float picking to get back out of it. Very fine tension control. Alright, that's enough of a rant on the Assa 700. This video, actually might not need to be cut down that much. Cool. Thanks for watching.